Hi, this is Evolving with Edna, and my channel is all about life and relationships. And I do some vlogging here and there. So if this is your first time here, come on in, check some stuff out, and maybe stay a while and even probably subscribe. But if you are a returning subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to share something with you guys at the end of the video. If you've been rolling with me for a minute, I'm not going to wait for no milestone, particular number, or anything like that. I'm going to do a giveaway. If you can tell me something that you've noticed that I've been doing throughout this particular video, and you can send me an email at a darlin, ETTADARLIN @gmail.com, and let me know if there's something that you've noticed that I've done differently throughout this video. And if it's just that easy, then yeah, I'll come up with something else. But we'll see how it's going. So here we go. If you haven't noticed something behind me, yeah, or something in front of me, I kind of like Carnival. And lately, there's been a lot of talk about cruising from the Meet and I channel. I will drop the link in description. There will be a cruise next year. From Edna's World, she is doing a groupcation this year. I will drop that link down in the description. For my first timers that has never cruised, I just want you to know, here's where the excitement starts. All the anticipation before you go is how I want you to experience your cruise. So I'm just going to start right with before you even think about what to pack, before you even think about how many outfits do I wear, I want you to anticipate the first time you're going to see that ship. So, for my first time, what happened, fortunately, I was with some seasoned cruisers. So, Leo Wanston, I want you to understand it's going to be an experience of a lifetime. An experience of a lifetime. I haven't been on a ship since 2018, and I'm tripping like this all the time. I just want it all around me all the time. So you will get, hopefully, you will get addicted because there's nothing like cruising. You can get all walks of life in cruising. You go on something like a 5 day or whatever, you can experience a elegant night. Elegant night is a splash of Hollywood if you want to be elegant. And you can experience Vegas. I mean, you have the shows there, you have the casinos there, you have the ambiance of all the glitz and glitter of everything that's going on. And the ship doesn't really operate for like events all night, but you can go to the club, you can have yourself a good time. Okay. When I'm on the ship, I'm casual when it's time to be casual, but when it's time to be cute, I'm cute. So I just want you to first think about, and because not everybody is in the same city and you're gathering together, first imagine having a virtual meetup. Because when we did our first, of course, this was 1997, when we did our first meetup, it was a cruise party. To have a cruise party. This is not the day before. This is not like, everybody, we're about to get on a ship. No, this is to get the hype going. So when you're a month out from your cruise or 2 weeks out from your cruise, consider a virtual cruise party. And for some that can gather up, do a cruise party because I'm telling you, that was the very first night that I found out I could get kind of buzzed, get a little tipsy, and eat my tipsiness away. I stuck with tequila all night and did not go wrong. By the time I left the party, I was good to go. I was fortunate enough to go with my sister, my older sister. She and her husband were a part of a group that always cruised. I mean, twice a year, once a year, definitely once a year. Sometime might have been twice a year. They might have went just the 2 of them, and they also went with the group. It was just a yearly thing. So I just happened to get in on it this one particular time. Somebody was not going, and I was so blessed to be able to go because somebody had reneged on the deal, couldn't go or something. And the person that had shared the room with this individual was my ex boyfriend's mother. And I still loved her. And fortunately, she was still so beautiful to me. So I was just so so stupid happy to be on this ship with this definitely a seasoned group of cruisers. So at the cruise party, and my brother-in-law was off the charts. At the before the cruise party, even that back, I don't know if anybody in my old season cruisers up in here, not old as in age, but old as in you've been doing it for a long time. There was what's her name? Um, I'll put it up in here when I do the video. She was the how Queen Latifah is like the godmother to a particular ship for Carnival, and Shaquille O'Neal is he's a spokesperson for a particular ship. Huh, let me tell you. She was singing on every video. There were CDs that Carnival would distribute to anyone who had a booked cruise. And when your cruise was booked, there was no way in the world that you were not going to order this CD. In this CD, yeah, we were all playing, looking at DVDs back then. That's what it was, DVD. We were all looking at DVDs back then, so that was the hype. I mean, we watched this for months before we even got on the ship. So she would be singing it, and back in those days, for anybody out, we're going to reminisce, and some of you going to drop some tears. It was for fascination, inspiration, imagination, all the shuns is what sensation. That was my first. That was my first. So it was hilarious. So this particular ship that we were getting ready for was the Carnival Destiny. They did not have a DVD for the Carnival Destiny. So we didn't care. Just give us a DVD for whatever ships that you can give us ships of, because they were giving you a tour. She was showing you the food. She was showing you the different drinks and all. She would show you, like, back then when they were having a midnight buffet. That was one of the elegant nights. I talked about this before with the sensation video, where you would go in and the spread was so enormous and beautiful. You would go in and take photographs before you would even partake of the desserts, the foods, whatever. The spread was ridiculous. They'd let you go, everybody go in and take photos. Then you go out, and then they would set up, everything for the tables, plates, and everything. Then you would come back in, and you know exactly what it was that you saw. You know where it was. You know exactly what spot to go to. So of course, everybody had that destination. Mine was always the dessert table. So because I shrimp doesn't like me, so the array of shrimp that they had on there was ridiculous. So I'll post one from the sensation that we saw. But for the actual Destiny, I don't have that much footage, but I will share something. So back to the DVD, because I can go on. So we wound up getting the DVD, and I'm telling you, almost every night we watch this DVD, and she's just singing this song about the fascination, carnival sensation, imagination, and it was just amazing to just get that thrill and chill up in your bones before you. I mean, the anticipation for me on a cruise is ridiculous. When I struggle when I pack, because I'm the one that packs 3 weeks in advance, and I have a list for the shoes with the shorts, the shoes with the dress, the shoes with the pants and the outfit or whatever is for dinner. I'm a 3 or 4 outfits a day sister. Okay, so I don't do as much, like all the different pairs of shoes, but I need a variety. So yeah. So I stress about that, so I get that over and done and packed away, and it's not stuff that I'm wearing on a daily basis, so I can just go on and get rid of that, get that out of the way, and, so yes, the anticipation. So basically, during those nights we were watching the video, then here comes the cruise party. Of course, you're gonna wear cruise wear at the cruise party. So you get ready for the cruise party, and they serve all the different kinds of foods, the different types of drinks that you're gonna be, uh, taste testing. There's so many different things to expect. And I was a first time cruiser. I'm telling y'all, it is all kinds of excitement. The anticipation of the experience is what gave me my biggest high. So after the cruise party, maybe it was like a few weeks or a week before we were about to embark on through the ship. So we had to catch a flight down to Miami. And this was after, I believe, Hurricane Andrew. So there was some devastation on one of the excursions that we went on, but reluctantly we went anyway. It had been some type of, it was a building or something that was over there, and the water was still really rough. This was like, I want to say September, August or September 97. It was right when Princess Diana was in the hospital. Yeah, when after the car crash. And because we found out of her death on the cruise. We were all on the cruise. So the way our balconies were set up, there was a gentleman above us that was talking. We were in the aft balconies. I'd never experienced, of course, like I said, I'd never experienced balconies or any type of ship pleasures before. But I started out the very first cruise, a 7-day aft balcony. Yeah, I've been ruined from day one. So if you want to work your way up, I suggest you do that because, not everybody's going to try to put that money out for a cruise. You want to, pretty much enjoy your cruise. You want to experience your cruise. You don't want to go broke for your cruise. So I'm just saying it's a great experience, but I mean, it just makes sense if you just work your way up to that. Not everybody likes a balcony either. I love a balcony and I love the aft. So yeah, the way the balconies were set up, the gentleman had looked over and was telling us, the outcome of, unfortunately, of the accident. That's how I can really, how you always remember those big events. Unfortunately, when there was a death or when there was like just something tragic that happened, you remember exactly where you were. And that was 1987. I remember exactly where I was. And so yeah, getting, ready and geared up for the cruise and all. We were took the flight to Miami, and just at the at the airport. And of course, I believe I was the youngest, if not the youngest. I was like second to the youngest. I mean, these are mature people that, could have been like my parents' age and down. So I'm just jumping up and down inside like a child on the playground. So then we get down to the ship and I see this enormous size ship. And at the time, the Destiny was one of the newer ships. Oh my God. It didn't even matter to me. I don't care how new or old it was. It was brand new in my life of lives. So I looked at that thing and was like, wow, this is my home for 7 days. Oh God. Cruising is just everything. So I'm just warning you, if you do get addicted, that's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the addiction of a cruise. So after getting to the ship, then you go through the gangway And that was back then. That was a bit of a process because it's Miami. A lot of people getting off of the get coming out of the airport, and you don't realize so many of those people that were at the airport are getting on the same voyage that you're getting on. Again, like I said, I was so oblivious to anything going on around me because here is this hotel on water. So you go through the gangway, and I was happy to take my picture, honey. Take my picture, please, cheese. Take my picture. And then once you get to the atrium, once you get to the entrance of the ship and you hit that atrium, good God Almighty, it's a beautiful thing to see the atrium of a carnival ship. That is perfection to me. I've been on, only on one other cruise line, which is the Royal Caribbean, and that was the Oasis. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. You can come in. Hi. Be careful. Come on. I'm just filming. There's nobody here. I'm just recording today. How are you?
Good.
It's dark outside, wasn't it? You can put that light on in the hall. I only had the door closed so I won't hear no noise. That's all. You put that light on in the hall. You coming back? Okay. No, the big light, baby. Okay. You trying to come up here? Yeah, close the door. So I can't hear no. This door, yeah, close the door so you can't hear no noise. Good grief, you're gonna hurt my leg, you big self. Oh, you got on my color. Oh, gosh, you heavy. So, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so basically, when I got into the atrium and I saw that, I mean, you had all different directions to go into. You could go into like the photo area, or you could, I mean, we could just go anywhere. We could, let me see, back then, could we go straight to our room? I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't remember. But um I know we went straight after did I don't know. I just remember that Lido deck. I remember going to the Lido deck, and once I saw that I could just start eating and drinking, oh God. First of all, that sailing sign card, once I saw that in my hand, I said I wasn't going to I was going to I was going to take a cruise once a year. You going down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are you coming down?
And when I finish.
Okay.
Okay. See you later. Yeah, so I truly can't remember if when we got on we could go straight to our rooms or if we went to the Lido deck. I really can't remember, but yeah. So after that, it was just like I just wanted to do everything that they had for us to do on that ship. So we all got in, we showered, we changed. Um, I think our first day was to San Juan. So from Miami, we sailed to San Juan and we stayed at San Juan so late that I mean it was really dark. Usually on these cruises now, you leaving out of there 2 o'clock, maybe 4, but because they have to get to the next island. But this particular trip, after, once we arrived at San Juan, we did, and this is crazy. There's always a talk. There's always a nice, talk that they do in the auditorium where people are informed about what to expect for the port to call. This is what they'll call the next island that you're going to visit, Port to call. Huh. I said, I'm going to that. And like I said, they'd never been when I was trying to partake of everything. So went, listened, and heard. And the only thing that stuck with me was once you don't see the stores anymore, head on back to the ship. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we just can't wander off or anything like that. So basically, all they were saying is that when you're going to explore the island, you should do it through an excursion. Don't just go wandering off on your own because you don't know where you are. You don't know, you're not familiar with the location. So I was like, okay, I was all right with that. But again, that's all I heard. Turn around, go back. So, of course, us being in the group and everything, we were fine. Everything was good, and we did exactly that. We went out, we did some shopping, and back we went because the whole point of being there was to go shopping. Um, you can purchase your alcohol on the island, but it has to be, I think, a certain amount or so has to be turned back in to the ship, and they'll hold it until you leave the cruise, complete your cruise, because of course they don't want you purchasing alcohol from anybody else. They want you purchasing that alcohol so they can make the money. Makes sense. So, okay, not a problem. Most of the time, any alcohol that you're getting from the island is going to go home, and that's gonna be either a souvenir or someone asked you to purchase it, or you do want to empty out that bottle your own. But, I like to save bottles like that, and I think, like, for my brother-in-law, he did hold on to some of the bottles, but, he did drink some of them up too, so it just made sense. A lot of people just purchase them to have them. But now people purchase them to sell them because, yeah, they cost. And so that's that. We hung out on San Juan, so we called my parents, talked to them for a while. That was crazy because we were like, "Wow, we're not that far. Are we that far?" So I'm thinking, "We're not that far, right?" Because I'm talking to y'all on the phone. Oh my god, that was hilarious! I tell you, the baby of the bunch. So I mean, I was real green. I was real green. And, like, I can remember in the evenings, they gave us an itinerary, of things to do all day, and you can pick and choose and, look through those things, like, there was, like, club nights, specific DJs, and yes, I was like, "Can we go to the club?" and ask the DJ for some special requests, and that was yeah, that was, oh, such a yeah. That was good stuff. The clubs, the DJs, that was really, really good stuff, and at my age, I can't remember how old I was at the time. 29? Yeah, I think. And, so I was just in my heaven. Okay, so, yeah, while we're all, just hanging out on the Lido deck, after we've come back from the shopping and, we had dinner. That was again, a casual night because it was like one of those things where it was your first island and they didn't go right into an elegant night or anything. So, you dressed nice for dinner and it was easy peasy. So then we sat on the deck for that evening and everybody was just chill. It was just crazy. It was like the way that I can remember that being set up were tables outside in the deck area, not like it looks now. I can just remember it being a little more kinda like an elegant, not just like the hangout Lido deck type of style. That might have been just that evening because the ship was there for so long that night. I don't think we pulled out till about 10 or 11 that night because I think the very next day was just like St. Thomas or something like right next door. So, I just can remember that we weren't that far off because, we were just in San Juan. So, there was this guy that saw he and his wife, that saw all of us sitting around just having a ball. Now, the group that we went with, the husband and wife that were the head of the group that were giving the trip always treated to drinks, and they're the ones that had the actual cruise party that we had attended before we left. They always, everybody was just treating and giving it, hey, give them that drink to, and again, we stuck with shots, I believe. Um because they were the easiest for me to just I stuck with shots. I know that much. They were the easiest for me to ingest and to not overtake my body because I wanted to enjoy my cruise. Again, I've said it 1,000 times. I'm a lightweight. I'm not going to be able to hold all that liquor and still maintain and have a great time unless I do it, sporadically. So, this couple saw us all just standing around, sitting around, chilling, and I'm telling you, two long tables worth of no, two long tables of people is what our group consisted of. At dinner, we had two long tables. I don't even remember the number. I would say maybe uh 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 to 12 a table. Maybe 8 to 10, maybe 8 to 10 a table, maybe. I don't even know, but they were long tables. So this man sent shots over to us and said, "Happy vacation." I was like, "Wow, this is a vacation?" Yeah, I need many more of these in my life. So, of course, once we got shots, everybody starts sending alcohol and everything over to them. Now, mind you, we're a group of many, and it was just two of them. After a couple of rounds, they were like, "Nah, we're good, thanks. We're good, we're good." Yeah, because I'm sure they would have been belligerent trying to get up and walk back to their cabin. So that was a wonderful night. So, after that is when we decided to go to the club. And yes, I was requesting Biggie all night long, all kinds of, and the DJ was wonderful. He played everything and he had everything that I requested. And it was crazy because I'm like, why aren't you just playing these songs? But, it's a diverse crowd there. So, but we were the only ones that were getting up on the floor because we were the only ones making requests. And I'm like, well, why is everybody just sitting around? This is a club, right? So, yeah, I definitely had no problem with getting up and inviting myself to the DJ booth to make the request. So, of course, throughout, the cruise, we did the shows, we went to the different shopping sales at the in the shopping mm, we went to the different shopping sales and yeah, the it was that first elegant night when I don't think they did the midnight buffet the first elegant night. I think they did it the last elegant night. And the gym and everything, oh my god, going into the fitness center was just, oh, they always put, not always, but frequently, they put the treadmills, 'cause it's the gym is usually in the fitness center is usually in the front of the ship. So you can look out the window as you're on the treadmill. Oh my god. I'm telling you, it it is just great. It's just wonderful, which is why I just get so caught up because I've never felt that I cruised enough because we did a variety of travel, because we wanted a variety of travel. But for me, we could have just cruised all the time, every time, and I would have been fine with that. But, variety is the spice of life. So, and there you okay, go. So after, going to the shows, there's always trivia and there's always a comedian on board, there's a regular general, and then there's the adult version of comedy. Uh that's always nice. Oh, I'll take a break. Mm. Ooh, I hope y'all can't hear this fan. Who the lights make you hot. Whew. So yeah, after partaking of the comedian and like trivia, there's a love and marriage show. There's always the couple that's been together, I think over 30, couple that's been together like 15 years, and then the newlyweds. Oh, of course, the couple that's been together the longest is going to be the most entertaining. And it's always the old man that's talking about his in laws. And this happened to be one of those days where the couple that they had on that stage, the old man was talking about his mother-in-law. Oh my gosh, that thing was so good. That was so, and of course the wife gets a little embarrassed, but she goes into. So, oh my gosh, yes. So there are so many great things about carnival that you absolutely will love. And for me, the number one thing is, and I tell people all of the time, if it's your birthday, let them know because they love a celebration. It is the fun ship. So, in the dining room for dinner, when you hear people say MDR, they're talking about the main dining room. Things have changed now because there's like your own your time dining, or you can pick and choose to not have to go at any specific timing. But for when you go into the main dining room, that does have the particular timing that you choose. Usually it's like 6 or 6:30, or it's 8 or 8:30. That I believe will be the dining room where they do this. They sing and perform the trips I've been on every night. And they douse the lights and they put on their little cha-cha jackets or sleeves or whatever it is. They get up on the I mean, you could see this on any um video or whatever you look at for a trip if you haven't already seen it. They get up on the tables that they actually put the serving trays and all on that when they're serving food. They get up on those tables and they perform. Huh. I love carnival cruises. They shimmy, they're shaking, and then not just that, you can get up and you can get down and you start performing too. I mean, and so many people have gone on cruise ships, carnival cruises before. They know the songs, they know the dances, and they want you to get up and enjoy with them. So always look forward to that. And like I said, if it's your birthday, let them know the particular cruise we were on. I don't know if it was that one or whatever. This young lady said, if you could sing happy birthday to me each night, I would be so happy and so excited and so pleased. I'm sure she probably gave the maitre d' a tip or whatever. And that's another thing. There's a head maitre d', there's the lead waiter, there's an assistant waiter. So, and those lead waiters and the assistant waiters, they will remember your name. Did I say I love carnival? Yeah. So take a sip. Mm, my beautiful goddaughter. Meet Nanwar. That's for y'all. So I have I think uh I've had them do the birthday thing. Actually, 2017 when I turned 50, and my older sister and our birthdays are the same month. So she was celebrating her 55th and I was celebrating my 50th. And I told you I got a growling issue. I don't even understand what that is all about. Just for the liquor to go down and had to make all that noise. Anyway, so I was celebrating my 50th and her 55th. And they came in with the bottle, they came in with the singing and the dancing, and oh my God, we had a ball. But yeah, carnival will definitely spoil you when it comes to a celebration. So we did like the fitness stuff, we did, all at the club, we did the all the good stuff on the ship. So we also did excursions. This is crazy. This one particular excursion that we did, I believe, was St. Croix because we did San Juan. We didn't do all the saints. San Juan, St. Croix, St. Martin. Was that it? San Juan, St. Croix, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. But not in that order. So, oh my gosh. this water, this water was so rough. Now it's almost like when you look at water and you look at the island, it was a private island where the like a luau was taking place. We paid for this luau, mind you, ahead of time. It was an excursion. There was this one couple, an older couple, that saw the damn thing that carries us over. I forget what it's called. Yeah, I'll get it. And oh my God, she saw that they were very tall too. She saw that little thing and said, "I'm not going, honey. We're going to have to waste this money." Oh my God, honey, we're going to have to waste this money. And he looked at her, was like, "Okay." The water was so rough, and this thing was really small, and you could only take a few at a time. So did you wanna be on the first group, or did you wanna be on the second group? My heart is pounding just thinking about it. It was crazy, but it's like it was just, like, from here to there, but it was that rough water that you had to trot along in to get over there. Oh gosh. So it was up for debate for everybody looking at each other. What do you want to do? Do you want to go? We spent our money. All right, y'all. So of course, everybody gonna do a good prayer before you head on over there because we were freaking scared. And you looked at the building that was there. Hurricane Andrew had almost like knocked the top of it halfway off. Man, I'm telling you, it was memorable. But, we really wanted to have a good time, and we did. We did. Food was excellent. The drinks kept coming. The heat was the devil. That heat was really bad. So we got to a point where we'd been out there long enough. This is one treat everybody found that we were all up underneath getting shade, but you had to keep going down to the water to, cool off, and you had to keep drinking water. So on the way back, it was like it was terrible. We were all dealing with, getting like really, really hot. My sister had gotten so hot she couldn't cool off. We kept dousing her with water coming through. The little doorway that you walk through as you're leaving. So eventually, all that worked out and everything was fine. But good grief, I'll never forget that. I remember that like it was yesterday. I know people say that all the time, but I can close my eyes and I can see that water. Oh my gosh, I was just so nervous, but I was like, "You're right. We spent our money and, it's an experience. Let's go." It wasn't that bad, but it was just ugh. So, again, we did other excursions and stuff, and oh my gosh, we had such a wonderful time. It was like such the thing about it was, like I said, because they knew, the different things that we should partake of. They knew the different things that were going to stick out and really, be nice experiences and, something memories to hold on to. And it was the best thing to do that I'll always say. Go with seasoned cruisers. There's nothing wrong with wanting to experience it a solo, just with your girls or, with a guy, you want to just check it out or, with your girlfriend, your wife, your husband. But if you can do it with a group, I say do it with a group. So again, Edna's groupcation is coming up. I'm going to have her information attached in the description. And it's for August. I wish I could go. That FOMO is just like real strong. I wish I could go, but just ain't time yet. It's just not time yet. Meet and I are having a cruise as well for next year in June around Anwar's birthday. I will, again, like I said, leave that information in the description so that you can take part of. And that, and it, those two, there are a few others that may possibly be having group vacations, but I know Angel of Jeffy's Angel. I'll I'll attach her link so you can follow her. And Life with the V, I'll attach her link as well so you can follow her. They both talked about having groupcations. So I just wanted to jump on here and give a little spiel on the excitement that's buzzing around about cruising. I love Carnival. And this is just one of those things where I get a high off of talking about. As you can see, I had no issue whatsoever talking about this one particular. This was 1997. This one particular cruise, being it my first, is probably why, just sits with me, and it's just like one of my happiest moments. And even when we came back from the cruise, we still decided to watch those DVDs as well as looking at our pictures. I'm not sure if my brother-in-law did any recording, any filming and all, but again, that was like 25 years ago. 25 years old. Can you imagine if I'd have kept cruising? I'd be at a milestone if I'd have just went once a year. I'd be at a milestone right now. I'd be with my white card. Things that make you go, if I'd have only known then what I know now. Dang. So, thanks for hanging out with me. Check this video out so you can see somewhat of what we used to experience on a Carnival cruise when there was that infamous midnight buffet. And oh, yeah, also, there's always ice cream. There's always ice cream to eat. There's always room for ice cream. So, again, remember, send me an email if you can see or pick out what it is that I did throughout this particular video and let me know in the email. You could win a lucky prize. The email is ETTADARLIN Etta Darlin without the G at gmail.com. And I'll see you in the next one. To evolve is to live. Bye bye.